The open is down 22,597, 22,600. I mean, if you're looking to looking for opportunities to go long, I mean, it's a good start. 30 points, okay, almost immediately being bid up after a flat or lower start actually. So 30 points off the lows. But we'll see. The Bank Nifty is down about 13, 14 points. Okay, now flat 49,400. I mean, making up its mind, blinking red and green. Midcap index is up about 170 points. That's about 1/3%. And I think we'll have the small cap index, which is also going to come up with some first rate. So 0.5% higher for the small cap index. That's about 75, 76 points in the green.
Okay, I was looking at the oil marketing companies. Big spike up there on HPCL, IOCL, BPCL, all thanks to the huge drop in oil prices, 3.5% decline on Brent overnight. So those are off. Some of the reactions coming in from the auto pack are interesting. M&M is still charging higher after that XUV 3XO launch. Remember, it was a top gainer on Tuesday. It's putting on some more, 1.5% this morning. Tata Motors is positive, about 1% or so higher. Bajaj Auto, just about 0.5% increase, though the numbers are very, very strong. But I mean, I guess the mileage the stock is getting after a huge rally is diminishing a little bit. What else is moving higher? Power Grid, Adani Enterprises on the upside. Coal India, which is reporting numbers up about 1% as well. On the downside, Kotak Mahindra Bank. This stock has become the worst Nifty stock for 2024 so far, with a drop of 17% this year, 2.5% gone this morning as well. Maruti is reacting negatively to what was a pretty weak set for April in terms of sales. These are stocks on the way down. Quickly checking Federal Bank as well. Let's see what Federal is doing. Yeah, 2.5% up on Federal Bank. So those are some of the early reactions that are coming in. Godrej Group, let's get some of the Godrej Group companies. Godrej Agrovet is the one that's up about 4-5%. And obviously Aztec Life Sciences is really popping because that's where there's going to be an open offer. That company has gone to the Adi Godrej and Nadir Godrej side. And because of that open offer expectation, stocks up about 8%. Interesting reactions, very quiet on the headline index, but Nigel, lots of stocks reacting to numbers, earnings, etc.
Well, that's right. On Kotak Mahindra Bank, there appears is a very large trade. Yeah, 0.5% equity changes hands. So just wanted to point that out. A few stocks are seeing follow-through buying. Post the big reaction that we saw on Tuesday, REC had recovered considerably from the low point of the day. It's seeing a follow-through. Remember, it's been the big outperform up 3 times, I think, in the last 18 months. That's up another 3%. So thumbs up out there. The other one I'm looking at is Jana Small Finance Bank. We had the management here with us in the studios. He sounded extremely confident. And that stock, after seeing a big rally, is up another 4% in today's trading session. So beautiful move out there. Just spoke to the management of Orient Cement, and they were sounding quite confident. They're talking about around 6.5 to 7 million tons, with a bit up a ton of around 850 to 900 rupees. For the time being, the street likes that. Remember, that's ahead of their con call. So we here at CNBC TV18 have brought you the first cut with regard to Orient Cement. The stock is up 2.5%. It has some valuation comfort as well. Moil, they've gone ahead and increased prices by around 25 to 40%. We had given you a heads up a week or so ago that there's a possibility that a price increase will come about. But tell you what, the stock is up 30% in the last 1 month or so. So from the highs of the day, it's already corrected 2.5%. Let's see where it goes from there. Jindal Stainless, they are putting on the table close to 5,400 crores. They're focusing on backward integration and also on downstream products. The street likes that. It's been a big outperformer. It's up another 2% in today's trading session. So good going on that name as well. So fair to say, it's been a good start with a couple of these outperformers continuing to outperform. KFin Technologies as well. We had the management. They sounded confident. The stock sees another leg up. So KFin Technologies, another one on the radar. Yes.
The news flash at the bottom of the screen is in regards to morning context story, which basically suggested that the ICICI Bank MD, Mr. Sandeep Bakshi, wants to leave citing personal reasons. The morning context story essentially said that the RBI wants him to stay put, and that's the gist of what the story was about. Now there's a statement coming in from ICICI Bank. It's calling the morning context story report of Mr. Bakshi leaving baseless. And there are a couple of more statements which I'll just read out. Categorically deny information published of MD expressing willingness to leave is a figment of the information of MD leaving is figment of imagination and it is baseless, and so on and so forth. So just completely, not that there was a big reaction or anything to the story, but I think news wires like Bloomberg, etc., had picked up that story, citing Morning Context, the original publisher. But now, of course, the bank now coming out and saying, well, this is completely baseless, no truth to it, figment of imagination. So as clear as it can be in terms of clarifying that this is not the case at all. Okay,
but,
I think...
pointing out the intraday chart, I mean, it's very, very sort of early in the morning. There's a bit of a sort of shake-up on ICICI. It started positive, negative, though there's a complete denial coming in. I guess it's just that environment where shareholders, when news like this hits you, I mean, even it's great that the bank is tonight. By the way, we did not pick up this story in our top 10 for very obvious reasons, because we were waiting for a confirmation, a comment from the bank. The denial is very, very clear, Prashant, I guess, in this case.
So I think we can let it be now. So that's ICICI Bank for you, right? I mean, on your screen. But some other names. It's a vibrant start once again in the broader market. 40 points higher is what you have. 22,650 on the index. 3:1 is the advances to decline ratio. So it's pretty solid. Chola Finance, you will just hear from the management in another 10-15 minutes or so. Chola Finance is starting about 4.5 higher. It's a very strong beat. India Mart, 10-15. You'll hear from the management, 5% higher on India Mart. You got, I was talking about, Nigel mentioned as well, I was talking about REC earlier, 4.5 higher on that one. Big mover from last Tuesday. Nigel mentioned Moil. Jana, he mentioned. What else? Adani Total is up 3%. So 956. It's got solid volumes. Shakti Pumps is up 5. I mean, that stock's been moving circuit to circuit. There's a large order that they got recently. But look at the volumes. That's what stands out. Another price move. K Fintech, we had the management same time on Tuesday. And 3.5 again on K Fintech. It did well on Friday, on Tuesday, and that day as well. So it goes. I mean, Greaves Cotton is another 3% higher. G Shipping is up about 3% or so. But then you go down the list and volumes start to thin out a little bit overall. Yes Bank is down about 2%. On the downside, I mean, just to take a look at a few things, Godrej Properties is down 2.5%. And again, we've highlighted this since the morning. Supreme Industries had a massive 15-16% move after earnings, so it's cooling off about 3% lower. Adani Green is down about 1.5%, and you've got something like a Hindalco, which is down 2% as well. Maruti is cooling off. Maruti, of course, reported numbers last Friday, and it's down about, it didn't really have a big move or anything after earnings, but it's down about 1.4%. Castrol is the other one, which is down 1.5%. Castrol is also a management you'll hear from in just a bit from now. Shiv